So it's obviously very late and a while since I posted, I think, last week, but I might even have another one that I never posted. Continuing starting jujitsu after the age of 40. Went to a class this morning, 6 a.m., and I got over the mental hurdle of just the warm up where, a lot of the just shrimp and then, back break fall slide in your butt. I'm getting like a lot faster at that. So it's like you don't feel like you're holding up the entire class, which is good. But for white belts, normally in the mornings, we just mix it up with everybody. But today, we were just practicing scissor sweeps and arm bars from the side. So that was the first time I had received any instruction in that. And now I can see why anybody who's like an advanced white belt or blue belt can just do that to other people if they really have no idea what they're doing. Luckily, I've been able to just brute strength avoid it in the past when people are doing it to me. But now I see how simple it is and effective if you do it quickly. So then this evening we went back again because in the morning I didn't have to spar too much because we were doing so much instruction. The evening class, since it was so packed, similarly, white belts were completely separate. We just worked on how to get out of turtle because at our school they had been teaching a lot of attacks, but they're starting to realize people didn't have like the most basic defense of how to just roll and put your leg out and then actually get somebody into something or actually roll on your near side shoulder. So the big positive was because I finally got to the point where in the warm up I felt more comfortable rolling like a somersault on my shoulder. It was much easier to actually do that move when I was turtled up and trying to get out of it. So I can already see how just the basic repetitions of some of those positions actually have an impact in an actual situation when you're grappling with somebody. Now, of course, once we went more close to like full contact, it wasn't really 100%, but like basically we had to escape, and I had 3 or 4 tools at my disposal from turtle. I was able to at least avoid, just getting completely subdued. Now, again, I was just going against white belts, but some of them had, 3, 4 stripes and generally knew what they were doing, but I was still able to execute. So overall, good day. My knees are killing me. Normally they spar for an hour after the evening class, but my wife did it for her second day in a row, and we had the kids with us, and it was just like, all right, we cannot risk even further injury after absorbing so much. So I feel like I'm going to be able to absorb more now that I'm starting to get some of the body control positions and just feel more comfortable. Like if someone's on me, putting pressure on them. We had a new guy in the class this morning who, the same as every first person, it comes in like you don't realize how much pressure you should or can put on somebody just by laying on them so they can't breathe. Because if you haven't done any contact sports, whether it be football, wrestling, even if it's like I'm not saying high school wrestling, like wrestling with your sibling when you're a kid. For me, obviously that was many, many years ago. You don't realize you're just trying not to hurt, like, your wife or kids when you're like leaning on them or around them. So that I'm starting to get much better at that. But even then, there's a long way to go. But I can already tell that I've improved a lot just being able to just put my weight on somebody. So overall, again, good day. I definitely need to rest tomorrow. I got to ice my knees. Already been doing that. But gonna keep on keeping on, and there's a tournament this weekend that they said you got to be doing it for 3 months, which I'm definitely not. I really have no interest in doing tournaments in general, but I would just do it for our instructors to just represent our school if, at some point if they really want me to. But I mean, I'm really doing it for the experience and the physical benefits more so than actually having to fight in tournaments. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully we'll be back Thursday once, maybe even twice, to just keep this journey going. Thanks for watching.